Travel Michigan. I'm Dave Lorenz, along with Michelle Grinnell, formerly Michelle Binoche of the Ludington area.
Yeah.
I mention that because we're heading to the beautiful little town in West Michigan of Ludington, where Michelle grew up.
Absolutely. We went to your hometown last week, so we're making the rounds. This week we're up in Ludington.
Yeah.
And here to talk with us from Ludington is actually Mayor John Henderson. So welcome to the show, Mayor.
Thank you for having me.
So let's set the stage a little bit. I think a lot of people know of Ludington as a summer beach town destination, and obviously we have great beaches and great summer offerings. But talk a little bit about the winter experience in Ludington, because it's still a great place to visit this time of the year.
Oh, absolutely. Ludington really is a year-round community. There's about 8,000 of us that live here, year-round. But, a couple things we continue to try to enhance what we have here. Obviously, we have a lot of good stores and restaurants that are open year-round in downtown Ludington. But we've also brought some different events. One of them will be, we're going to talk about is New Year's Eve ball drop. And then, we also have St. Patty's Day here and some other stuff. So...
John, I have to just ask you up front about the murals that I've seen so many times in Ludington. Do you have any idea how that started, and can you tell us a little bit about them?
Well, I can give you some of them were here, have been here for a while, a couple of them, but a majority of them, there was a mural society that formed, probably 10 years ago, 11 years ago, and they went out and solicited different places for murals and then hired artists to come in and do those. And they picked, significant events that happened in Ludington, and then had them placed on different buildings around downtown.
I've been to a lot of towns in Michigan. I'd like to say all towns, but I don't think so.
Okay.
But I think that Ludington best kind of portrays this kind of mural-friendly experience that some towns have tried to offer. It's really cool to see these big, beautiful paintings in the sides of buildings that would normally be just there. And the murals usually tell a little story about the community, so it's a nice little addition.
Absolutely, and they're kind of in different places. You'll find them in some cases on the front of buildings, on Ludington Avenue, but some over in the alleyways. Just depends on where the building owner gave the Mural Society permission to put those up. We have a really cool one on Sportsman's, for an example, and that one is of the 4th of July parade that we have here. So those are local individuals that participate with the clown band that have been, painted up on the mural, along with some of the other activities that go on for 4th of July here.
Yeah.
And talk about downtown, because since I've lived there, downtown, there's been some tremendous new stores that have come in, some tremendous new bars and restaurants. The Mitten Bar is someplace we go every time we come into town.
Yep.
And talk about that experience, and then we can talk a little bit about the New Year's Eve ball drop, which happens right downtown.
Absolutely. Ludington is, as some people have been able to have come back and seen and said, wow, there's a lot of neat stuff that's gone on in Ludington. It's really growing. It's a progressive city. And I hopefully people really do feel that way. We've closed off some of the streets and made what we call the James Street Plaza area, which is a park in our downtown where people can gather and visit and play. But other than that, we have the Mitten Bar, as you spoke about, which has just a ton of Michigan craft beers in there, a Barley and Rye, which is a brand new place next door, which obviously offers the bourbons and that kind of stuff. But we still have our traditional, the Sportsman's that's there, and then you can go over to the Blue Moon, and they have a deck up on the roof now, and they offer a nice selection of food. Or you can go down to the James Street Brewery. And we have a local brewery here, and they offer local brewers in there, and they've got great food. Or, even over to PM Steamers, if you want to, look at the marina, and even though it's cold and it's wintry, there's still kind of a neat view over there, and you get to see the frozen lake and the car ferry that's decorated with their lights over the top for Christmas.
A lot of ideas and a lot of places to go for food and drink, and appropriate that we mention that as we're considering Ludington for a New Year's Eve stop. I know your New Year's Eve in Ludington is going to be a bit unique. I keep on seeing something about Ludington offering the most environmentally friendly ball drop, and I have no idea what that means.
Our ball is a little over 6.5 feet in round, if you will, and what it is it's full of LEDs. So literally, you can plug in our ball into an outlet you would plug a lamp in. That's how much energy it uses. It's not a big generator or any of that. it is surprising. We just plug it into a street light, just a 110 plug in the street light, and it runs.
Oh,
so.
Okay.
And talk about the crowds, because there's this great picture from Todd and Brad Reed of, I believe it's last year, one of the previous ball drops, and the crowds are phenomenal. You would think, looking in this, that you were in a much bigger city than Ludington is.
Absolutely. We do the ball drop right in downtown Ludington, so it's on Ludington and James Street. We'll bring in somewhere between, when we first started, we were hoping to get 700 people. We ended up with 3,500. Now
Wow.
we're right around 10,000 people.
Wow.
Remember I told you our community is about 8,000?
Right.
And what we've really done uniquely with our ball drop, which this is our 5th year, is we've made it an event and a partnership with all of our businesses downtown and with all of our house parties. So what we want people to do is come down and celebrate with us. Come down around 9:30, 10, celebrate through midnight with us, and then go back to wherever you came from. So if you're having your house party, that's great. Have your house party. Come on down, visit with us. We offer free pickup and drop off with our local dollar ride service. Within a large expanded area. So there's no reason you can't make it there and go back. The other things are. What we want to do is make it a street event. And so what I tell people is dress like you're going to a tailgate party. It's not going to be really warm, obviously, but it's just such a electrifying. It is the neatest feeling you'll have at New Year's. It's special in the sense as all the people come, and sometimes they don't. We'll get the majority of the crowd will come a little after 11:15, just because it's like all of a sudden they just kind of pop out. But people walk from around the neighborhoods to come down and gather, and we have a DJ down there. As the ball comes down, we have fireworks off the top of the buildings in downtown Ludington. So we offer entertainment from 9:30 to midnight. Plenty to do. It's family friendly. That's the other beautiful part about this, and it's just a great, awesome time.
And hotel-wise, plenty of hotels and B&Bs in the area as well?
Oh, absolutely. We've got a lot of quality hotels, and B&Bs, depending on the type of experience you want. And like I say, they offer specials. If you're going to stay more than just one night, you can get different specials from different places. There's welcoming gifts. And one of the things is you can come down and we'll give out, there's trinkets that we give out, but you can also help sponsor the ball drop by buying these nice little glasses that are, you take home with you, and you can get your favorite beverage in there if you'd like, or just help. But for $10, you help sponsor the ball drop for next year, and set it up for success. So,
I also see you have a 5K run, so might just want to look into that as well. So many other cool things happening there in Ludington for the New Year's Eve celebration. And if you'd like more information, just go to this website, downtownludington.org, and you'll get all that info. Complete schedule. Thank you, John. John Henderson, mayor of the beautiful little West Michigan town of Ludington, just about an hour north of Muskegon. There, I got a mention of my town right there. So check that out, and you'll have a good time. Speaking of having a good time, there are great events happening all throughout the state for the New Year's and, of course, for the entire holiday season. And you might be thinking, maybe I want to check out one of those places, somewhere other than where I typically go, and maybe you're looking for some ideas for that. Totally understand. We offer them all over Michigan.org. I think the easiest way to find these events is to go to the homepage. There's like a things to do or something like that tab. I forget what it's called. And then find the events tab, and then maybe just input the city that you might want to go to, and then all these events will pop up under a certain dated category. It's a lot easier than as I'm trying to describe it. So just go to Michigan.org, look for the events, and you're going to find so many great events to enjoy during this holiday season. Of course, it is the holiday season, and you do want to find some maybe interesting gifts. There's nothing like the gift of travel. You'll find a lot of great ideas. Just go to the individual websites of the resorts and hotels and such, and you can book a nice getaway for your loved ones. Or go to the Pure Michigan store. You'll find some great gift ideas there as well as you travel all around the state and look for various things. Make sure to order your winter guide today at Michigan.org. We're going to find out why you need to jump on a snowmobile this winter right here in Michigan next, right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at Michigan.org.